This is the fourth installment of the Let's Play USA, and the last one, number 3, I had put in 2 additional carriers, so I've got 3 carriers now in the works, along with their CAGs, and we're going to start the game. Speed 5, of course, because it's still just September 38. The Chinese, towards the end of the last video, and I was waiting on that mechanized offensive. Still waiting on medium tanks now. That's all I'm waiting on. Alright, excellent. Well, that's not exactly what I thought it was, is it? Alright, fair enough. Towards the end of the last video, the Chinese had seized the coast. That's where we stand right now. Let that go. I have built 2 coastal forts and 2 land forts in Hawaii. Still 2 more of each to go. That's the only preparations I'm making in the Pacific. I haven't yet started creating any aircraft. Alright, mass assault. 1940, that's our goal date. I don't remember. Looks like Navy. Alright. So we'll start plugging in all the naval techs as other things come out. All the upgrades are done. Reinforcements are basically done. So everything can go into production. I'm still not producing any supplies. As you can see, as a huge trading nation, I'm able to trade for the supplies we need. Of course, War of the Worlds. That scared a lot of people. Grand Battle Plan. We'll put that research slot right into naval doctrines, or Navy research. What do we have here? CAGs. Excellent. Now, I'm going to throw the CAGs at Norfolk just so I don't want to really put them in with the rest of them. That will always remind me there's CAGs there when I see that. That's a standard thing for me, so I will know what that is. Delay doctrine. Cruiser warfare. Again, we're just going to work right down that naval list of technologies so that hopefully by the time 1940 rolls around, I'll have everything at 1940. As far as the Navy is concerned. Industrial capacity. Good, we'll take that. Only 1 more to go. Started the game with 256. I'm at 289 base now. Now 290. Which looks like a lot of them are probably going to pop up here right now. And I prefer... that will fill up Philadelphia. My goal is always to try to have at least 300. Just go straight to 300. I will try for 350. But at 300 I may start throwing in a couple of units to... more aircraft, for example, and slow back a little bit on the production of... Alright, we're at 1940. Special Forces, Infantry Warfare, Assault Concentration. So that's 3 more, can go directly into Naval. And okay, we're researching superior firepower. At the beginning, the U.S. has exactly enough units to make 1 complete army with 5 divisions per corps. Of course, it's all infantry, foot infantry, as we say. So as we get closer, to the start of the war, then I will separate out those units that I made at the beginning of the game just for purposes of saving on supply, and I'll put them into proper chains of command, and I'll have 3 infantry per division, and try to put an AT and artillery in each one. That's just the way I play. I realize it's not optimal. So we'll have, each division will have 5 brigades, 3 infantry, 1 AT, 1 artillery. Light tank armor. Way to go. Keep going. And 38 is the go-to gate. We'll get 38 on these light tank techs will get me to the medium tank brigade, and that's what I'm waiting for now, to be able to research mechanized infantry. So I've got one there. We can switch that over to Navy. Civil defense. I always like civil defense. It increases the repair rate when you have damage. Battle fleet concentration. Tactical. There we look at that. Look at that. Now, since we just popped into early 40, I am going to go ahead and research superior firepower, because that is integral to my plans. So we'll let that one run. Yes, Belgium, you can have the A24. We're at 292. Now this pop right here is going to make a big difference. Actually, I want to look at all those. Atlantic City. Make sure that Harrisburg, Newark. Notice I'm clicking on the, I clicked OK on the pop-up, but I actually realized about 3 clicks in that I wanted to look at them. So you just click on the name of the city in your, I don't know what this is really called, the message window. Newark, Hartford. All right, there's Newark, there's Hartford. So we've caught up with that. All right, Boston. I just want to make sure that they didn't complete all the way, because then I would be down 1 for the next cycle. That one. All right, Cleveland. So I've got to pick something to go in for Cleveland. Again, I click on the resources tab, which conveniently also shows everything with the green color. It also has factories in it. Now, obviously, I'm going to pick New Orleans because it's got a ship facilities here. So I'm going to click all the way in New Orleans. Every time one of them comes to completion, where there's got 10 factories, I pick another city and add whatever it takes to bring that up to 10. Milwaukee. All right, that's only 9. 293, 94, 95, coming up nicely. San Diego, 97, 98. Am I going 300? There you go. February 39, I just hit 300 base. Air launch torpedo, 41. That's very good. Destroyer escort roll. Keep running. 302. All right, looks like it's going to level off at 302 for now until the next big range. Now this allows construction of radar station. This is what I was waiting on. Now obviously I can do all this other stuff in addition, but what I want to do is take that out. Come on. Now go to capital ships and research the radar for them, because I want my battleships, heavy cruisers and aircraft carriers to have that radar. But at the same time, I want to start radar station in Hawaii, and I'll build it. I'll queue 10 up. Generally, we only get to maybe 2 or 3 before the war starts. And of course, we like fighter tech. Now, radar training is also very important for the carriers. the light carriers and the fleet carriers. So we want to train that. And I do so enjoy when fighter tech comes up. Now I never, this underway replenishment, I never use the sortie command, so I never researched this. It always stays in 37. That may or may not be a problem, but that's just, again, I don't care. Just the way I play. Strategic bomber armament. I like having those also up. And it looks like we've got 2 more in the naval tree to round out. And large bomb. Very good. One more in the naval tree to round out. What is this? Oh, that's at 0.3. Okay. And I'm going to let diplomacy have a little, because you can see I'm down to 2. And I believe, if memory serves, it takes 3, a minimum of 3 to even make a deal. Small fuel tank. Excellent. And this will round out the naval tree for now. We're up to 1940. All right. The UK guarantees independence of Poland, March 1939. Germany annexes Czechoslovakia, which is now part of their country. All right. And Italy annexes Albania, which is now part of their country. Light bomb. All right. We're in March of 39. I do like to use the P-38, if you will, the multi-role fighters, but I want to be able to give my fighters radar. So I'm going to research advanced aircraft design. That makes a difference. France is mobilizing another coastal fort in Honolulu. That's excellent. I have to admit, I'm a little curious to see how this is going to work out, because with Republican Spain, it's just been my experience that when Republican Spain wins the Spanish Civil War, again, I'm warship radar. I'm going to use all the radar techs that I can. So also ASW will be my next update. But with Spanish war ending that way, I don't really know what's going to happen, because generally it means a very entertaining game. Not exactly one that follows the numbers. ASW. Although I don't really do a lot of anti-submarine warfare. I just generally don't. For engineer frame. I'm going to go ahead and now start getting these infantry techs. And we'll start with mountain infantry since it's 1918. I always try to pick the oldest one. Alright, Hungary accepted into the Axis, large fuel tank. These infantry techs out of the way, because as you can see right now, I can't even build Marines. So we're going to go desert warfare. Let's see. We'll go with mountain warfare to go with the mountain infantry. Those two are working in conjunction. Italy has now been accepted into the Axis. Now, something just came out. South Africa to the Allies. Excellent. What did I get? CAGs. I'll take them. They also go to Norfolk for a total of 6 CAGs in Norfolk. That gives me 34. Now what I'm going to do at this point is, I notice I only have 118 convoy ships and 17. I want to say these are DEs. The game doesn't really necessarily use a destroyer escort, but that's what I call them. The escorts for the convoys, DEs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up 10, which is not 10, it's really 100, but it's 10. See here, this tells you it's every one that you queue up is 10, so this gives me 100. Now I'm going to queue up 10 DE's destroyer escorts, and I'll leave them at the bottom of the list for now. Let's go ahead and take reinforcements. Reinforcements shouldn't take too awfully long. Twin engine aircraft. And back to 1936 Arctic warfare. Now, there's a reason that I do it in this order, because mountain infantry is the oldest tech that I haven't researched here in this infantry line. With the mountain infantry, you want mountain warfare. And then I also, the next oldest tech is Arctic warfare. But there's a reason I do those three specifically as my first choices, because I generally, Germany will take Norway generally, and I like to stage out of the UK and capture Norway back before I even enter into combat on the European continent here. So the mountain, as you know, Norway has a lot of mountains. It's very cold. So those three techs work handy. Now it says I've got 13 excess. There you go. The reinforcements came through that fast. Didn't take very long at all. I'm going to hold off on the upgrades for just right now. Just continuing at speed 5. Still in a positive for supplies. And the next infantry choice will be desert warfare, because North Africa, obviously. And looks like we got one more land fort and one more coastal fort to go in Honolulu. Heavy AA guns. They're up to speed. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do mechanical computing, because that speeds up research, and it's a 1940 tech, and it is May of 39. So the faster we can get through our research, the better off we'll be in the long run. Aero engine advance. Excellent. Like having all those fighters. All those fighter techs. Now we'll go back here and we'll take jungle warfare. And that should... Look at me. I need to take Marines first, don't I? Not follow my own rules. That's why, in the back of my mind, I knew that was not right, so that's why I went back to check. 304. Still June of 39. Over 2 years before historically the U.S. entered the war or Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Spearhead, mobile warfare, and operational level command. 40 and 40. We want to take those out. Check here at the infantry. Now at this point I will take the jungle warfare, and now I want to start working on excuse me. I want to start working on the armor techs, specifically the artillery and the anti-tank. So that's what we'll go on now. Got the ships, got the planes, got the infantry. Now I'm going for the artillery and the AT. 1940. Get everything up to 1940. Combined arms. That's very good. I will go ahead and train that now, or research that now. At some point I will start building some units and my officer ratio will go down. Not real worried about it right now. And yes, Liberia, you can have the A-25 light tank guns. Okay, that's 38. Good. I've got 2 more to go before I can get that medium tank brigade. Goes to the AT. After the after I've got artillery and anti-tanks both being researched, I will go to the armored car. Because the armored car is part of my infantry configurations, my mechanized configurations. Alright, spotting is 41 and anti-tank. Light tank reliability 38, excellent. And we will go to armored car. Notice staying in the armored tab, cruiser and light. 41 for the cruiser and 38 here. Now I can take one of these and start researching the medium tank brigade, which is all we need before we can start researching mechanized, and use the other one for the armored car. And that will bring me up to speed for this moment in the armor tab. So what we have is fighter tab is up to speed, bomber tab is up to speed, capital ship is just radar, also radar in the escorts, armor will be good, and infantry is up to speed as far as I'm concerned right now. What I will do then is go back and start working on this again, because the very next one will probably be industrial efficiency, and then I'll start working on the supply production. I believe that's the way I'm going to go. We'll see. Molotov-Ribbentrop. Germany's mobilizing. Excellent. Submarine crew training. 41. Take a brief view of these again. Right, so we're going to throw in industrial efficiency. And probably supplies for the next one. So we'll go ahead and throw supplies in there. Take cruiser warfare off. It's always nice to try, I will try to get carrier task force before the war starts, but we'll see. It's just August, so still got more than 2 years if things follow a historical path. Come out of there. Alright. Now I want to do first aid and combat medicine again. That will decrease the amount of reinforcements I need and the amount of supply that travels across the supply network. These should not be... Okay, 40 is good enough for now. And that will wrap that up. Anything you can do to reduce the amount of supply that has to travel and pay that supply tax from province to province is a good thing. Danzig War. Germany declared war on their new enemy, Poland. Alright, so what have we got here as a diplomatic option? Gearing up for war. It says the USA loses 5 in neutrality and the New Deal will be removed from the USA. I like that. Like, right off the bat, you can see that that gives me more industrial capacity. 44 actually. So I've got, and I did not even notice, but my convoys have come out. Just waiting on the escorts now. And I'm going to go ahead and allow upgrades since we have an excess. You see it almost fits perfectly. Everything is able to train right now. I've got just only a -1 as far as production is concerned. Hungary mobilizing. Germany has decided blitzkrieg. Imagine that. Ethiopia is mobilizing. Well, we're all trembling in fear now. Canada joins the Allies, basing advance, and Italy mobilizes. Well, Canada joined the Allies. Basing advance. Go back in industry. I am going to, in the short term, I'd like to have the increased industrial protection, but I'm looking at long term and I want more manpower. So I'm going with agriculture. Denmark, Manchukuo, large warship raider, that's what we like, and battleship crew training. Now I'm going to leave the radar on for large warships. I will take battleship crew training out. Going back to industry. Now I'm going to plug in the industrial production. And I may even research some rare materials because it can be problematic for the way I play it. See, right now I've only got positive 14. Let's see. Reinforcements are complete and we have an excess. Now I've got, notice since the beginning of the game I've had the same number of industrial capacity being built. So that's fine. I don't have to change that. And I've got an excess right now. Except that upgrades. So what we want to do is just put that little bit of excess into the upgrades and let it run. There's that last coastal fort. And Japan is mobilizing. Alright, now all that being said, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to see, I'm going to lower this and just run this for about 2 days to get me some diplomatic points. Okay, now take it back. Take a look at Germany. Because I am not at war with Germany yet. Notice they're in a deficit of rare materials. Let's see if they will accept rare materials. Nope, they will not. Now that could be, there's several reasons for that. One is they may not have the diplomatic, they may not have the convoys. Because anytime any country trades overseas, port-to-port trade, they need the purchasing country, it's their responsibility to send the transports to get it. So a lot of times you will see a country that has a big need, but they will not trade with you because they don't have the convoys. Now in the case of Germany, you can see here they don't have any money. Now they do have a lot of supply, so I'm going to try to buy some supply from them to give them some money. Now they're in a deficit of 0.57. Now I'm going to give them, I'll see if I can get 20 from them. And that'll give them 367 to go and buy some product. And again, the USA is, I mean, right now you got to remember this is September 39. Our goal is to make money. We don't really have a beef with the Germans at this point in time. We're more concerned with what's going on in the Japanese-Chinese conflict and the ongoing hostilities, even though the war has ended. Mountain warfare is completed. That's excellent. That frees up a slot, research slot. Now, I'm going to go into decryption and encryption because I want to be able to pick up Japanese fleet movements if I can. Now I see I've got 3 excess. Just bump that over into upgrades. And Australia has joined the Allies. Excellent. Netherlands is mobilizing. San Francisco's coming online, another factory, which is number 9. Now, I believe it takes 7 days in between sending diplomats when you negotiate a deal. So I think it's been 7 days since I negotiated that deal with Germany, so I should be able to check if now they will buy. I'm going to go with it's 39. I'm going to upgrade supply transportation and supply organization. Let's see if I can go back and now see if Germany wants to. Yeah, they've got, well, they've bought something because they're down on money again. Well, let's see if they will take. Nope. All right. How about Italy? Italy's in a very precarious situation because when it comes to trades, they've got to go through this strait or this strait, either through the Panama, either through the Suez Canal or the Straits of Gibraltar, and of course, Britain owns both of those. So sometimes it can be difficult once Italy is at war to get trades with them. It's fine. Let's see if Japan needs anything. Again, I'm just trying to beef up my. This is what the U.S. does: sell stuff. Looks like a deficit of almost 300 supplies each day. Well, that's not good. They could use some energy. They have some money, so let's see if they'll take energy. Nope. All right. Go ahead, game and run. Again, I run in the game at 5 until war starts, and then I'll typically move it down to 3 or perhaps 4 if it's still early war. Arctic warfare. Alright, so I'm going to do radar again. And for now, that probably will complete what I'm going to do in the industry tab. September 39. Small warship radar. I may let that run again. In fact, I'm going to. So that, yes, the large and the small ships. Now what I do want to look at is how long before that superior firepower comes out. That's what I want to know. Because that, right there it is. Let me put it all the way on the top. So March of 1940, 6 more months superior firepower will come out. And at that point I'll be able to start. Alright, well that didn't take long, of course. And then the Russians are going to get half of it. That was a pretty good deal for the Russians, actually. They got half of Poland for nothing. I want to start producing some aircraft and some more Navy units here shortly. Destroyer crew training. I just want to make sure I get this up as high as I can before I do that. Which everything to 41 will probably, I'll probably switch over to making more naval aircraft. I'm going to swap over to air now. Start with interception tactics. And now from here on out, everything that I do will be in the air tab. Battle fleet concentration. 1980. Battle fleet concentration. Desert warfare. We'll go with Tactical Air Command as it's 1918, still in the air tab. We're going to let that run again. Mountain Infantry, still in the air tab. We're going to go with, now to help your CAGs, it's the fighter pilot training, the fighter ground control, nav pilot training, nav ground control, naval strike doctrine, and CAS pilot training and CAS ground crew training. Those 7, I believe it was. A lot of people forget they may not build CAS units, so they'd never research the pilot training and the ground crew training. This also increases your CAG units statistics, so it's always a good thing to do. At least, even if you don't build any CAS, it's always good to do the first 2. Alright, well there's my timer. So looks like just on the verge of war is where this is going to end, and we'll pick it up again next time. Ciao.